We live! Welcome to another episode of Speculation Sunday. We got Just As Danny in the house. How you doing, Danny?
Hey, Mondo, I'm good. Good. I love this weather actually that we've been having. It's
I
great.
know. We could actually wear a sweater and you don't have to be dying of heat waiting in these 80-minute long lines, right?
Right.
Thank you everybody for joining. I know we're starting early today, but since we're in this Halloween season, I just want to free up my evenings so I could do stuff. I haven't decided what I'm going to do just yet. So I go to Disneyland, horror nights, other stuff. I haven't decided. But happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day, wonderful week, and thank you for joining us on today's live stream. Today, I really want to focus on Disneyland and Universal Studios Hollywood. Before we get going, I do want to say thank you to all the Five Fire members who are just supporting the Fire on a monthly basis. Your kindness and just my appreciation to you is Five Fires, and I'm so thankful. Second, I did ask the community what topics or questions they wanted to talk about, and let me bring that up real quick, because I know there's a lot to talk about before we get started. But some of the members asked, do you think, or this is from Jim, do you think Haunted Mansion Holiday, due to the popularity, would ever be going on for more of the year or become an individual lightning lane? What are your thoughts on that, Danny? Do you think it could go further than January? I would have to say no, because it just doesn't make sense. But individual lightning lane, I could see that consideration be in the mix. What are your thoughts? I'll let you go first, Danny.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I can't ever see it being outside the Halloween holiday season. They need something to bring people back. That's kind of like with all the festivals at Epcot and Walt Disney World. There's different festivals. You have Festival of Arts, Flower and Garden, Food and Wine, Festival of Holidays. Like every single festival is at a different time, brings people to the Disney World Resort to experience at a different time. It's like this ride and it's a small world holiday and the Christmas entertainment, stuff like that. Like that's all something that brings people to the parks this time of year, so they would never like just do that all year round and really eliminate that that fear of missing out during this time period. They want you to come
Yeah,
twice, right? They want you to come
exactly.
twice.
It's all about, and it's all about the hype. Disney is all about hype. So this like uh small world holidays coming, the lighting of the castle, it's all hype. So if you have it all year round, that's the same thing goes for like Halloween. I know a lot of people want Halloween all year round. It's not so magical when it's only like October, now that it's September at the theme parks. But when you get Halloween for that little window, it's just more precious.
Yeah.
So no way Haunted Mansion Holiday goes for like extended period of time.
Yeah.
Individual lightning lane, I could totally see it. I find it hard to believe that Disney didn't know how high of demand lightning lane was going to be. All the workings have been there. Like 50% or maybe even more now are buying lightning lane when they visit the parks. And a lot of people that are visiting the parks right now are ticket guests, not necessarily magic keys. And I feel like Haunted Mansion Holiday is for sure a top three ride that everybody wants to choose on Lightning Lane when you have Genie Plus. Do I see it becoming individual Lightning Lane? I don't know, because I don't really feel like it's going to fix anything. It's just, we'll go deeper into the talk, but I don't see it becoming individual Lightning Lane. I think they'll keep it on the regular Lightning Lane. But man, it's just like when I think of individual lightning lane, I feel like it would hurt the guest more than anything, right, Danny? I gotta pay $25 to go to Haunted Mansion Holiday. What? That's all you get. You don't get nothing else. You get Haunted Mansion Holiday. I feel like with Rise, it just kind of makes sense because it's like the new shiny toy at the park. But Haunted Mansion Holiday, we've had it for a long time, dog. Like this ain't nothing new.
Yeah, Lightning Lane would be tough. Individual Lightning Lane would be tough on Haunted Mansion Holiday. But yeah, I wonder how long they keep it on Rise of the Resistance and not move it to something else. So we'll have
Yeah.
to see.
I got a good question from Disneyland North. This is a good one from the Five Fire members. Have you heard if Thanksgiving Feast will return at Disneyland Hotel? I have heard nothing. And you would think you would have heard something by now because Disney kind of puts things out there really early on. Have you heard anything about that, Danny? I haven't. I'll say I haven't.
No, I haven't heard anything yet. They didn't have it last year, obviously, and there were some Thanksgiving dinner options, like in downtown Disney and stuff like that. But and I think they were even offering some sort of alternate meal at Storytellers Cafe, but not like the Thanksgiving feast they've had in years past. I don't know. I know a lot of people really liked it. It was pretty expensive though, Mondo. I'm not gonna lie. Towards the
Yeah,
end in
wasn't it
20,
like, yeah, the last time, uh,
it
how
was
much
like
do you
seventy.
remember the
It was like
price?
it was like $72, $73 a person.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was thinking like 80s. Yeah, I remember that. We also got regular Josh 1. Why Disney is always so busy, even on days when kids should be in school. You know what I have come to the conclusion because I get to hear a lot of these. Well, this is why it's busy, Mondo. You know, we have fall breaks, Arizona breaks, Texas breaks, Colorado breaks, Utah breaks, Nevada. There's always something somewhere where there's breaks. Um, I have been saying this for a while. I look at the parking lots and they're empty. And what I mean by that, they like half full. And then when I go to the parks, it's a S show. And recently I parked at Toy Story, and me and my buddy Hector were leaving, and we were walking towards Toy Story bus. So if you ever walk that way, you know what I'm talking about. And Oogie Boogie Bash was letting out. So whatever time that was, a lot of people from Oogie Boogie Bash were exiting as well, but they were walking towards Harbor. And this huge crowd, and I was like, damn, Toy Story bus is going to suck. Well, guess what? Nobody went to Toy Story bus. They kept walking down Harbor because they're going to the hotels. Who knows where? I don't know. And me and my buddy, we were the only ones that went in a Toy Story bus. And I've been saying this for a long time. Disney's turning the tides of local to just day ticket guest. It's dominating right now. And I couldn't say that with a stronger opinion than now, dude. Now that things are becoming, I'm gonna move into it. We're gonna fire it up. We're going into Speculation Sunday. Welcome. We got a lot to talk about today. All right, Danny. It's very clear. It's very clear. Disneyland is being dominated by ticket guests. Would you agree or disagree by this point?
Yeah, I mean, even in 2019 and before, October was quickly becoming like the busiest time of year, and we're seeing that more now. You know, with pent up demand and stuff like that. In October was overtaking things like summer. There was no hotel availability at all in any of the hotels in Anaheim. People want to stay for the Halloween parties. They're coming for just the Halloween season. You know, there's different breaks and things like you mentioned earlier. So I feel like they did a really good job of kind of managing crowds, like where they want, so that every day has a lot, right? With the
Every day's
reservations.
busy. There's
Yeah,
no off days. It's just busy day every day.
yeah. So with reservations, they've got kind of everything spread out. So it really is like, whereas maybe in years past, there might be some days in October that are slow, but because of reservations and cheaper tickets, right, during the week,
Mm-hmm.
the days that might be less busy are more busy now because people want the cheaper price. So,
And not even that. Disneyland controls the levers of crowd. They're like, we don't want Saturday to be any crazier. Let's move them all. Let's open up Monday. Oh, Monday's packed now. Let's move them all to Wednesday. They could decide that. They open the
yeah.
levers of wherever crowd reservations go. And for the most part, you want to make your reservation and be in the mix, right? I want to go next week. I want to go to Disneyland. All right. So with this, there's a lot of things I want to say. Now that we know tickets, the day ticket sales are high. We all know it. People are traveling. I don't know if this is like people's trips that they go like once a year, twice a year, once every 5 years. Who knows?
Right.
But when I look at the playing field of Disneyland and I see like 60 minutes monsters, 180-minute monsters after dark mission breakout. I see 120 cars, and I just, you know what I mean, like a 120-minute space, 60-minute jungle cruise. So when you see all these high wait times and you're Disneyland, you have to feel like we are succeeding, right? It's succeeding. From the business standpoint, Disneyland's just rocking the game, dude. Money, making money, higher prices on the food, the merch, everything. Lightning lane went up, parking went up. Dude, Disney's succeeding beyond belief right now. Like the merch, they're probably still sucking, in my opinion. But when it comes down to everything else, they're extremely successful right now. But when you stand back from the guest perspective and a theme park fan like we're all theme park goers and fans of the park. I like sit back and think to myself, like, what's going on here? Is my day gonna consist? Say I don't want to wait lines. I'm gonna look at it from two different ways. I'm a magic key holder. I'm okay. I could come back. I don't have to do this ride right now. I don't have to wait 180 minutes to do this. So I'll do Mark Twain. I'll do a single rider if it's available. Get some food. Bounce. Okay. Big deal. Magic key holder. We cannot complain. We could come back. But the tourist, Danny, I spent $2,000 to bring my family today. What do I do? What do I do? I have to wait this line. I have to buy my lightning lanes that are 5 hours apart. And I have to just be here because I don't know when I'll ever come back. And, you know, we got Mondo over here telling me how magical it is. Like those guests, I feel like the struggle's becoming higher from like a patient's perspective of having to be like, hey, Danny, you and your kid, you got to wait 80 minutes for that ride. So good luck. And then wait for your next lightning lane in 5 hours. And then your next one will be in 3 hours. So you get 2 lightning lanes in 8 hours. I feel like that perspective is the one that like we don't hear much because, you know, I'm Mondo. I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for other people. But I see what's happening. I see what's happening of tourists coming to the parks and they're getting rocked right now. There's no way Disneyland could be like, you could do this though. You don't want to wait in these lines. You could do that. No, it's like entertainment's very low. Character sightings have been lower, in my opinion. That's my opinion. It's either you wait in line or you don't, and you don't do your rides and you go home and that was your one day trip of the year. And I feel like a lot of people are leaving the parks frustrated. They're being like their patience is just pushed to the max when it comes down to these extreme high wait times, and then being there with your family. I feel like it gets to you. I feel as a parent, I feel like it gets to you. What are your thoughts on all that? Because that's a lot to absorb, but I feel like this is what's happening, Daddy. These are 1 day guests, dog, 2 day guests. Oh man, they don't have the like, hey, Dad, I'll come back next week. You know, we don't have to do it right now. That's not the conversation for them. Their conversation is, if I don't wait these 3, like when we go to Florida, if I don't wait these 2 hours, I'm not going to do this ride. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on all that?
Yeah, no, I can see that. I definitely think that you know, when these vacationers are coming, like you said, their tolerance for wanting to wait in lines for things is a little bit different than someone maybe that's coming with an annual pass or maybe like a SoCal ticket where they got 2 more days to come in. They just don't feel the same need for certain things. And like you said, when we go to Disney World, we want to experience everything. You know, I used Lightning Lane when I went to Disney Genie Plus when I went to Walt Disney World, and I bought Lightning Lane or Genie Plus right when I walked into Epcot at 9:30 in the morning. and I immediately booked a Ratatouille Lightning Lane for 7 p.m. So it was 9 a.m. and it was for 7 p.m. That was the first available. And then right after, then you get a time slot to book another one in 2 hours. So I set an alarm, booked another one for Frozen at 7:30 p.m. So I had back to back lightning lanes, but not until the later parts of the evening. So, really, I couldn't be using any lightning lanes during the day unless I wanted to use it on lines that didn't really kind of necessarily need it, like the Seas with Nemo and Friends, or like Living with the Land, stuff like that. Surprisingly, Soren had like an immediate booking as well too there. Um, but it's definitely changed. I think there's someone made a comment in here too. Sometimes the lines are inaccurate, right? It says that they're 50 minutes, but they're really not that long. Um, so we kind of have to take that into consideration too. Disney's taking their best guess based on the model of like how much line is full, and then they're putting that as like an indicator. Okay, this, if it's to this point, it's probably 60 minutes. So that's kind of how they're gauging that. And also, if their ride has had downtime, they're increasing it as well too to compensate for some lightning lanes that come back with that had been backed up. When their time was allotted, but they weren't able to come. So those are all different things into consideration. But I agree, like people are, they're willing to wait longer if they're from out of town, and and like you and me, there's like not too much to do unless you're wanting to wait for it. And then for those other guests, when they're doing like entertainment right now, there's just not a lot of entertainment
There's
during the
nothing,
Halloween.
Daddy.
Yeah,
There's nothing. The answer is
during the
you
Halloween
wait. You
season.
wait to Villain's dance party, which that's like in Tomorrowland. You have Phantasmic fireworks only if it's on the weekend, and the projections for Halloween screams during the weekdays is just not worth waiting for at all, at all. And if
Yeah,
you do want to watch projections, only watch them at Small World. That's what I realized. Small World's where you get the best view, the best bang for your buck of projections. But there's not a lot going on. There's not a lot going on with entertainment.
yeah.
Um,
Like it's Halloween season, there usually really isn't, right? Except for Halloween Scream. So I think with Christmas Fantasy Parade coming, that'll really help kind of suck up the crowds to get them away from the rides during those two show times that they have during the day. So that might help. Obviously, in the spring of next year, we get Magic Happens, but Amanda, how long do we get that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how long
yeah,
it's. I don't know how long it's gonna stay. So
we got 60 months for Arlene dropping the fire. Thank you so much. Happy Speculation Sunday from Arlene. Five fires. Thank you so much, Arlene. Appreciate your kindness always. We got that big black eye channel. Are we headed to a situation where 25 bucks gets you two lightning lane rides and 100-minute waits on everything else? I think that statement right there perfectly sums up what's kind of been happening. Is you
yeah,
get
I mean,
two to four lightning lanes max, right?
yeah,
If you
that's
want the big
but this,
rides, and then you
that's
just
kind
get
of how
rocked
it's.
everything else.
I was gonna say that's kind of how it is at Walt Disney World. They give you a disclaimer when you buy Disney Genie Plus. They can guarantee that you'll get on and experience three different attractions with your Lightning Lane purchase. That's what they kind of like the average is what they say is like a disclaimer.
We don't
So I
have
feel
that
like
disclaimer yet over here, right?
we don't, but I feel like we're kind of getting there, and we have to remember too. I think like Disney's kind of doing this. They kind of did this to themselves, right? I feel like people got a little spoiled, like we talked about it before, with lightning lanes. And when Genie Plus first debuted, you could book a lightning lane and use it within 30 minutes. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of how it was for everything. But if you go back to the Max Pass days, it's not how it was at all. If you weren't in the parks before 10 a.m., you couldn't get Space Mountain at all for the entire day. You couldn't get any of the major like Soarin'. You couldn't get Soarin' unless you were there before 10 a.m. I mean, things have changed now with different newer rides available, but it's it's we this isn't really new to Disneyland, and certainly we're not at the crowd levels we've been at in 2019, but we're getting closer, and I
We're
feel like the
getting really
difference
close, to be honest.
and I feel like the difference too between now and 2019 is that even though we're not seeing the numbers that some of the days saw in 2019, we have more crowded days than 2019 had as far as like overall crowding, right?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
CK Barry has a good point right here. Are hoppers losing value because of the 1 p.m. starting? Do you think that 1 p.m. park hopping rule is like affecting things just as much as lightning lanes are and reservations in a sense? Because having this idea that like I'm stuck at DCA till 1 o'clock, I got to do as much as possible because I don't know if I'll even park hop back this way. I feel like that does have people in a more urgent mode of like I have to do stuff before I do park hopping, right? What are your thoughts now that we're seeing how things are playing out? Do you think that 1 o'clock has a big effect on stuff?
Um, I honestly, I don't really see the need anymore to park hop really, unless it's like if you're on a vacation, like the last couple days of your trip. But then when you buy a multi-day ticket, like a park hopping option isn't something you can do on just one day. You got to do it for all the days.
Yeah.
So is it really worth it? I don't know. I mean, I would say it's more worth it when we're in a season that has high entertainment, right? Like the summertime when they debuted, like you know, they had a brand new fireworks show, Disneyland Forever returning. They had Fantasmic returning. They had World of Color returning. So maybe on some of those nights you could catch, Disneyland, or you could catch World of Color and then come over to Fantasmic. Like those are nights when I feel like park hopping would be really good. But like overall, I feel like having to wait until after one. So if you're paying for a ticket, I don't necessarily know that there's all that much worth to that. I mean, you're going to have to come over and wait in the highest weights. You're not going to probably really booking genies, lightning lanes
Yeah,
at
because
that.
by the time you go to, say you start at Disneyland and 1 o'clock comes, so you go to DCA, you already got like a very impacted DCA. Like right now, let's look at the wait times. What does DCA look like? Like say I bought a park hopper today, I'm already eyeing what's available at DCA. Okay, uh, DCA. If I'm about a park hop, let me see. Grizzly River Run, standby not currently offered, so I guess it's closed. Guardian says 80 minutes. Incredicoaster says 60. Emotional Whirlwind at 25. Okay. Little Mermaid's 25. Maters is 25. Monsters is 45. So you already best believe that's about to get crazier. Radiator Spring Racers 120. Soren's already 60. So Web Slingers is 45. I'm shocked. Web Slingers, I'll take 45 Web Slinger. So you're already going into a impacted park, Danny, when you park hop. I never thought about the lesser value of a park hopper, but I feel like if you're trying to really buy park hopper, wait till Christmas time or wait till there's like, I'd say wait till Christmas time. I would say Christmas time all the way into the 100 celebration, park hopper is going to be worth it for sure. Right now, a park hopper is not so worth it. Like you're really not missing out nothing. Like if you only stay at Disneyland, you're gonna have just as good time if you didn't even go to DCA. At least that's how I feel. Regular Josh 1 with the super chat. Gotta be honest here. Unless there's Fantasmic fireworks happening, there is no reason that Disneyland should be open till 12 a.m. each day. So I've been talking about that a couple times. The parks are packed. The park's open till 12. And there's no fireworks. And I was like, where are the fireworks? Where's Fantasmic? And they're like, it's off-peak season. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not off-peak season. But thank you, Josh. We got Michelada with the super chat. Just renewed me and wifey's Magic Keys. Staying with Believe Keys. So excited to experience the 100th at the parks. Fire it up, Mondo. Me too, Michelada. I'm glad you renewed. Because... the 100's going to bring a lot of, I hope, magic back. That's like the big thing. We're going to get fireworks, World of Color, Magic Happens Parade, new foods, new merch, hopefully entertainment. I hope more entertainment comes through.
We're finally getting a park celebration like you wanted.
Yep, a theme celebration that expands essentially to both parks. It's going to be great. Michelada, you're going to have a great time. You're going to have a great time. Let me see. I'm just reading through the chat right now. Did we get a new member? Oh man, missing out right here.
Jay
We got a new
Walker.
member, Jay Walker. Thank you for joining the Fly Fire community, Jay Walker. I appreciate your kindness and support, my friend. So, with everything that's happening, I feel like the tourists that are coming right now that are paying these prices, I feel like they're getting rocked. I don't know how many people are going home and being like, dude, Disneyland was great. I had so much fun. I feel like I put a question out there on my Instagram, like about stuff like this, and a lot of people were saying like, if it wasn't for like my little kid meeting Mickey Mouse, it was a really rough day. I bought Lightning Lane for our family of four, and we used it twice. So there goes $100. You know, stuff. I got a lot of that stuff. Uh, I think it's just like I think Disneyland's okay with the situation, and the reason I say Disneyland's okay, Danny, with these higher crowds and just the way that everything's working out with Lightning Lane is because Disneyland is locked in for these crowds. They really can't take away reservations, right? I haven't heard that conversation. So Disneyland already locked themselves in to these higher crowd days throughout whatever time period, and they just kind of like have to let it play out. So it's a really crazy concept, Daddy, that like uh, we're gonna just have higher crowds for a long time. And what I'm getting at, and what I really wanted to say on today's live, if you are coming to Disneyland, mark my words, there will be really high wait times. Mobile order might take a long time. Lines do not go down. For some reason, they haven't gone down till like the last hour of whatever park you're at. So when you come to Disneyland, you just have to be prepared and understand that things are more expensive. You get less for more. You're going to have to wait higher wait times. And your Lightning Lane, don't think of it as something that's going to be a continuous thing. You might get 3 or 4. And that's kind of how that plays out. So if you're going to the parks, just understand that that's like the battle that you're getting into right now. Um, I don't know if things will get better. In my opinion, I think it's only going to get worse. We're going into a busier time, which is going to be Christmas. And then Disneyland said no off time by dropping all their 100 celebration on January 27th, which you already know people are going to buy tickets beyond belief for that. And I wouldn't doubt that, like Danny mentioned a while ago, he said uh, Disneyland has that $87 per day ticket in their back pocket. Whenever they need to pack the crowds, they just put that ticket out there and the parks are busy. So it's like Disney found the formula to just have like high weights or high capacity. It's just they've. I feel like they're perfecting it, Danny.
Yeah,
So
they had an opportunity to really kind of even out crowds and rethink the whole formula, and I feel like they got it to a place where they really like it and they can kind of control it, and there's not really that slow day, because the slow day doesn't benefit them. It's they end up staffing too many people. They have to send people home early if they want to. The rides are slow. They don't. The problem that we're seeing now is that the things that I think need to adjust, because I don't mind the parks being busier, if they're trying to spread out crowding. But the thing is they're kind of sticking to the old model of before when they did this. So the old model, like these times would be slower times. So because it's in their mind a slower time, they don't have like they stay open less later. They don't have as much entertainment offerings as they do like in the summer or whatnot. But if they're going to be um, bringing in these crowds again, I think they maybe need to adjust like what they're offering and whatnot. But I guess that also goes into the effect of, okay, you're going on a day that's $104. The thing about those $104 days is like try to find a $104 day where they have nighttime entertainment. Like they're not on days that offer that. Like they're in the so-called off season where fireworks are only on the weekends and it's Monday through Thursday. So there is no like if you're paying to go on those days that are cheaper, you're going to be you're not probably going to get fireworks. You're probably not going to get more than one parade for the day. There may not be as many entertainment options available to you during that time. There may be some ride closures because of the time of year. Like if you go in January, there's a lot of refurbishments that go on and stuff like that. So
This is
um,
1 day ticket sales right here. Just one park, 1 day.
yeah, so you're not going to see any of the $104 tickets until you get into like January. So February.
Where is $104 day? Whew, I don't see it.
Right there in
There we
January.
go, right here. So pretty much right before the big festival.
Yeah, and as you can see too, it's always Monday through Thursday. It's never Friday, Saturday, or Sunday because those are days where they have nighttime entertainment. Because in January, they're not going to have nighttime entertainment during the week. Now they might have a show that has projections, and I'm
Mickey's Mixed
sure,
Magic.
yeah, and I'm sure Wondrous Journeys will have probably a non-firework like alternate, right? Like it's
Yeah,
got,
it has to be projections only.
yeah,
Totally
so
see that.
they're probably gonna have something like with that. So it'll be fireworks on the weekends, and then Wondrous Journey without fireworks during the week. So it's there's like that's like the you look at the ticket prices and stuff. That's kind of what you're facing. You have to decide. Okay, well, do we want to go on a cheaper day? But if we do that, it's probably going to close at 8 o'clock, and we're probably not going to have fireworks or like maybe a parade.
Yeah.
So it's like something you got to think about.
We got a super chat from 19 Kid and Kiddo. We sat for nearly 2 hours with many kids waiting, castle projections. They made us stand, then adults rushed in calling friends. Now my deaf son who waited can't hear or see. Why do we stand? Uh, I don't know exactly. I couldn't give you exact reason, but they've been doing the making everyone stand for as long as I've ever gone to the parks. Uh, I always hear it's like a safety reason, but they've always done that, as far as I know, right, Danny? Where like you have to stand when fireworks or even projections happen.
Yeah, you. I no one ever sits unless you have a bench or something. Like the only show that people sit when they're watching it is Fantasmic, and that's only like
Mm,
here in the front. They
yeah,
just try to fit in as many people as they can because if you're seated, you're using a lot of space and there's not a lot of people around. So
yeah. I'm sorry to hear that though, 19 Kidden. I know every time Disney asks people to stand, people rush in. I've seen it happen many times, but I'm sorry to hear that. We got SoCal with 9 months of membership. If Disney brought more value, we would be making a trip to Orlando next weekend instead of Cedar Point and King Island, robbing people. No fireworks. Are they not doing fireworks too in Orlando? I don't even know. I don't know any beat in Orlando. But damn, I get what you're saying, SoCal Imagine. Thank you for 9 months of membership. How about Single Rider? Does that even help these days? So, Single Rider got taken away from Space, Star Tours, Indiana Jones. I'm trying to think. I don't know if it got taken away anywhere else. But the only reason to take Single Rider away from those rides at this point in time is to lower capacity and sell higher wait times, which sell lightning lanes. I would love to hear somebody's argument against that one. Uh, Single rider only helps capacity. That's the only thing it does. It helps. There's an empty seat, send a person in. But no, single rider for everything has been rough lately. Even like Splash has been kind of rough. Single rider. Let me see. I'm just going through the comments. Kevo says you made a great video on how to do a good HHN day with a general admission. Could you maybe do one how to have a great day at Disney during the week? So I just recently posted a vlog with my sister, and that's a great video of how to have fun with huge crowds at Disneyland. You know what the answer is, Danny? When you have huge crowds, you get. I can only talk from a magic key holder perspective. If it's crowded, I go into the mode where like I'm just gonna enjoy the views. I'm gonna enjoy the ambiance. I'm gonna get on the Mark Twain. I'm gonna get on the train. I'm just gonna walk around. I get in that mode, right, Daddy? Like I feel like magic key holders know what mode to get into, because waiting these waits, I feel like I could only do so many 60, 80 minute waits, Daddy, where it just catches up to you, dog. I'm pretty sure you got in that mode yesterday, right? Because a lot of rides went down with lightning.
Yeah, it's I get the same way. I'll get into that like vibes mode where I just want to like go get the vibes, you know, like you go on a train, you go on the Mark Twain, you kind of just sit down on a bench, enjoy the your snack that you got or whatnot. You maybe go on an attraction that has like a lower weight, like Little Mermaid or something like that, that moves a little bit faster than normal. Or you try to see if any of the rides do have the single rider open, so that you guys can split up and go do that. But uh,
Even
yeah,
Car Single Rider has been nuts, Danny. It's been crazy, dude.
it's been crazy. Yeah.
We got Darnell Wright with the super chat. I keep thinking about what you're saying. It's no longer a locals park. It makes me sad. It's true. And it's not that like locals are not going. Locals are for sure going. But right now, for a lot of time and even in the coming months, the lower passes are going to be blocked. So when you see it's packed, it ain't because there's a lot of magic key holders. It's because the ticket sales are up. Charles says, what's funny is I didn't want to believe Mondo until I went to Disneyland yesterday and experienced it for myself. I was shocked at the wait times and the Genie Plus being almost worthless. Mondo is 100% right. So for me with Genie Plus, and I was mentioning this a while ago, and I was telling Danny, I'm getting boarding group vibes, Danny, with the Genie Plus now. I don't know if it's Disneyland's fault or if this was just the big play in hand is your wait times are extending further and further. So lots of times, whatever Genie Plus you're trying to do, if you're trying to do the cool stuff, it used to me. I've used Genie Plus enough to kind of have a understanding. It used to be like 3 hours apart. You know, oh, I want to do space. It was like 3 hours apart. Now it's kind of getting where it's more consistent. It's like 4 to 5 hours apart. So if Genie Pluses are extending that far, you only have what 12 to 16 hours. I don't know how long the theme park's open. You only have so many hours at a theme park. So when something is 5 hours away, it really takes a toll on the value of Genie Plus. What are your thoughts on that, Danny?
Yeah, I feel like in either option, like Disney comes out ahead here, right?
Disney's the
Uh,
winner. They're the winner, without
because
a doubt.
because if people stop using it because they don't think it's worth it, well, then guess what? The people that do buy it, the product becomes more valuable, and then they start buying it again because they get word of mouth that it's more valuable. So I think the hard part now is not that like to sound negative or anything. Overall, with the message, like you can still have a really great time with or without Genie Plus. I think the bottom line is that the only negative thing I would say is that it's just a little bit more confusing for the average guest. You're talking about how some people bought it and they can only get on like two things. This is what my parents and my family experienced when they went to Walt Disney World without me and bought Genie Plus for the first time. They ended up wasting their money on a couple of days because they didn't know what they were doing and didn't know like how you had to keep booking, setting alarms, all that kind of stuff. And only were able to experience like one or two rides, and kind of felt like they wasted the $15 a person, with a large group of like six people. So that adds up pretty quickly, especially if one person's buying everything. So, but yeah, I agree. It's like it's it's kind of just holding your place in line, a sense, right?
Yeah.
But there's also like some attractions like we need to talk about, that don't offer any value at all. Like the first one I could think of is Indiana
Indiana
Jones.
Jones.
Yeah, like I have no idea why anyone books Lightning Lane for Indiana Jones. It is the biggest waste of a Lightning Lane. Like you still have to wait in such a long line afterward. Like it's not even funny how long you have to. But then like you use it on Rise of the Resistance, and you're like immediately there.
Yeah, you
Like
go
you're
straight to BB-8.
yeah, I mean, you still have to wait in line when you're inside the Star Destroyer, but that's not too long of a wait per se. And at that point, you're already kind of in the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're already
So
in the ride. The Rise of the ride started. Yeah.
yeah, but like with Indiana Jones, if there's no exterior queue, really, with except for maybe a few switchbacks, like what are you skipping? You're not skipping anything on the inside. So
Yeah.
It's like if they, I don't know. For me, if the prices keep going up, that's fine. Like Universal, they charge a lot. Knott's Berry Farm, they charge even more. So like, but the thing with those is that they all provide a front of the line experience. If they want to charge premium pricing for Disney Genie, I feel like the experience needs to reflect that. And
And we
for me,
all
it's just
thought
not worth it.
I was gonna say we all thought Genie Plus was kind of weird, anyways, to start off with because it's not front of the line. Genie Plus is not front of the line, and I think that's one of the biggest things Disney kind of didn't emphasize, even though like maybe they just did it on purpose, where all you're getting is a less wait time. That's all I'm promising you. So that could say 60 minutes. You waited 40. We still did
Mm-hmm.
what Genie Plus was
But
supposed to do. You waited 20 minutes less.
yeah, so the cast members quote about half the listed wait time of the regular queue is what Genie Plus will offer. So if it's a 120-minute wait, you're still gonna wait about an hour, but
Yeah.
you're not waiting 120 minutes. So, but the thing about this though, Mondo, um, is like not only do like lightning lanes have to wait in that, but like disability guests have to wait in that too, and people that are paying the prices for a premium VIP tour. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
can you imagine paying a VIP tour and
All
waiting
right. You're
60
getting
minutes?
into, dude. Let's get into it. Let's get. Hold on. Let me go over the
60
super chat real
minutes.
quick, Daddy. Brandon with the super chat. Hey Mondo, are you going to be there Wednesday for the preview of Magic Band Plus for Magic Key holders? And do you think the prices for Magic Band Plus will go up later in the year? Uh, I totally forgot about Magic Band Plus debut until Danny reminded me. I will go. I will go. I'm gonna do a video and I'll keep it honest and I'm gonna go in with the positive mindset. So I'm not being negative. I'm just gonna go in positive and I'll see what Magic Band Plus provides me for the day. I don't really know what I'm being sold for with Magic Band Plus debuting next week, but I can't wait to experience it. Um, my honest opinion as of right now, I really don't care. That's where I stand on it. But I want to do it for the YouTube channel and the experience of it, and maybe my mindset changes. Uh, to give a full circle, I love magic bands in Florida. I love them. At Disneyland, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. What are your thoughts on Magic Band Plus, real quick, Danny? Because this is early debut, dog.
Yeah, so Wednesday, we have to keep in mind it's going to be a preview, right? It's not for everyone. It's just for Magic Key holders, for Disney Vacation Club members and cast members. So they mentioned multiple times it's not going to include everything in every location. So there may not be a ride that offers it as far as your redemption of lightning lanes. They may still require you to scan your phone. And then obviously you'll be able to use it to get into the parks at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure Park. No word yet on whether or not you can use it at the parking structures or parking lots. All we know is that on the 19th, it debuts for these select guests. Obviously, they'll have the Batu Bounty Hunter experience as well. But on the 26th is when it debuts for everyone, and they said more locations would be available at that time. And then we also have to keep in mind Mickey's Toontown is going to have some interactivity with Magic Bands. But I think the biggest takeaway with Magic Bands is just convenience. Not having to pull your phone out when you're trying to redeem a lightning lane that you've booked, not having to pull your phone out to load your pass to get into the park. When you're trying to hop between the parks and your phone's buried in your bag or something like that. Like, it's just convenience to be able to just have on your wrist and just tap it. Hopefully, eventually we can have My Magic Mobile stuff where, like Walt Disney World has, where your iPhone and your Apple Watch can act the same. They won't
Which
have the
I
interact.
love that. I love it
Yeah,
being to the iWatch is the best.
yeah, they won't have the interactivity that like Magic Band Plus offers with like interactivity of like experiences in the park or the shows and the Batu Bounty Hunter experience. Like you can't do that with your watch, so you would still need a Magic Band Plus for that. But that's cool for those that don't want to get it. So I think they're just kind of trying to start slow as they roll it out. But we have to kind of temper our expectations for the 19th because it's going to be very limited on
Yeah,
what they're offering.
I think the 19th, we're here to just sell it for you.
Yeah.
Program it, get it ready for the future. That's what I think this Magic Band debut is. It's not this grand like how at Walt Disney World essentially they were like this works on all your gold statues and it's gonna communicate with the fireworks and harmonious and but we don't have. I kind of wish Danny they would have debuted it with like, hey, it works on World of Color already, right? That would have been nice.
Yeah.
That would have been nice. We got Rahul. Just a quick what's up, Rahul from work. Fire punch. And he says, go Padre. I don't know about that, Rahul. I'm just kidding, man. It was a great game. And I wish the Padres good luck in the future. California, baby. I'm still a Dodgers fan at heart. Always will be. But good luck to the Padres. We got Rudio. What's up, Rudio? Genie Plus was fun while it lasted. And we're going to need to have the fastest service / phone for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway Virtual Queue Lightning Lane coming January 27th. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm pretty fast at boarding groups by this time. You know, I haven't done them in a long time, but they're still doing boarding groups in Florida for Cosmic Rewind. So the boarding groups are still in play. I think Runaway Railway, I kind of have a feeling it might not be on boarding groups, but it'll be on individual Lightning Lane. That's what I think, Danny. What do you think? Because in Florida, it debuted with Lightning Lane, I think, right? It don't. What did
in Florida? In Florida, it debuted with just standby.
With Fast Pass, right? They had Fast Passes back then.
It had Fast Pass and Fast Pass Plus.
Yeah, this is pre-pandemic because Mickey and Minnie's in Florida literally opened when the pandemic happened, like right in that heart of that. But they didn't open. I guess all this Lightning Lanes, individual Lightning Lane, none of that existed at that point in time. I have a feeling ours will open with just individual Lightning Lane, pretty much like Rise. That's what I think. I think no boarding groups. Do you think we get boarding groups?
I think it'd be. This is the only thing I don't know. This is the hardest thing to predict that we don't know is that we talked to the Imagineers in the pavilion at D23 Expo, and they told us that Toontown would be closing every single night for the fireworks. So I don't know logistically how that works. And they said they would close for the fireworks. They would be closed during the fireworks spectacular, and then they would reopen at a certain point after they received clearance to do so. And Toontown would remain open for the rest of the evening, including the attraction. Now, I don't know if this includes Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, if they just shut it off at the time of the fireworks and then that's it, and it doesn't reopen for the rest of the night. I don't know how that works because I know they closed Rise of the Resistance early, like at 8 or 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, and because they have to filter out the queue of people still waiting in there to kind of match up closer to like when the park actually closes. I don't know if they're gonna do that I don't know, like, do boarding groups help them better manage like the ride itself is such a high capacity ride and could easily handle a standby line, no problem. Like that they did it at Walt Disney World, they could easily do it here, no problem. What I don't know is boarding groups better for this plan that they have in place to shut it down during the fireworks? Maybe it works better that way because they can control like how many come before and how many come afterward. Like so maybe they have boarding groups just for that reason. I don't know.
I'm in the boat that let it be standby. You want to wait 2 hours, 3 hours, at least you got on the ride. When boarding groups existed, you ain't getting on the ride. Sorry, sucker. I know you paid your $179 a day, but you ain't getting on. I feel like at least give me the option to wait this 2+ hour wait, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? We got DA with the super chat. Hi, Mondo Danny. What are your thoughts on Magic Bands? I don't think I'll get one. Just another device to carry. Danny, I hope to meet you one day. I met Mondo. Thank you for all you both do. Thank you, DA.
Thank you.
My thoughts on Magic Bands. I think they're cool. It is another expense, obviously. I think if they just brought regular Magic Bands, to me that would have been beautiful. But we're only getting Magic Band Plus, and the confirmation that I got last week or this week was that old Magic Bands will not work over here, Danny. The old Magic Bands, I don't know if I have one with me right now, but they're not going to work, Danny. So only Magic Band Plus technology is going to be the ones that transfer over here.
Yeah.
That's kind of a bummer, but I think they'll be fun. At least from what I have heard, I'm not in the Florida beat. Magic Band Plus is not the coolest thing in the world. It's just another addition to your park. I'm nowhere in the hype train of Magic Band Plus. That's where I stand.
Yeah, I
But
think it'll be. I think it's convenient. I definitely will be wearing mine because I want the convenience of not having to like load my pass every single time. I hope this will grow in the future to things like merchandise discount um, and being available for Lightning Lane at all locations, being available at the parking lot location, so that there's really never a time if you have a Magic Band where you need to pull your pass out for any reason. So in that case, you're kind of like buying into like maybe or like things that'll happen in the future. Plus, like we mentioned, the Batu Bounty Hunter experience, that may be fun a first couple of times, but you're probably not going to want to do it like every time you come, unless maybe you're a young kid and you really like that idea. Then that's great. But there's no saying like what in the future Disney could implement with this. So it's kind of like you're buying into like the potential. So like if you don't
yeah,
want to buy
totally
it,
buying it because Toontown. Hopefully, Toontown has some iterations of where to use Magic Band.
yeah, and even if it's not just Toontown, like maybe they have some sort of game, right, that they do across the whole park that's like related to something. I don't know. There's so many things coming out in Disney Plus, like
And we still don't
uh,
know about Tarzan's treehouse, whatever the hell that's gonna
yeah.
be.
So like, who knows? So you're kind of buying into the future. So if like right now you don't see um, a need for it, then you don't have to buy it. You don't. There's no need to do it unless you want to play the Batu Bounty Hunter experience. But you're not going to be required to do it. You'll just use your phone like the way you always have. I already have Magic Band Pluses from Walt Disney World, so I'll use those. They did confirm that we can use our Walt Disney World ones. We just have to unlink it from My Disney Experience and then link it to the Disneyland app once that changes and updates.
Mm-hmm.
But like Mondo confirmed, Magic Band 1 and Magic Band 2 from past years at Disney World, those don't work. It's just the Magic Band Pluses that can work if you bring them over from Disney World. So
Yeah.
that's kind of.
We got John Ramos with the super chat. He says, I combine Lightning Lane and DOS to make my day better. Man, I don't know the workings of DOS, but thank you for that info, John. Let me see. Appreciate your super chat. We also got Jay Walker with the super chat. Thank you for everything that you have done for this community. I like your contact with Universal Orlando. And Hollywood. Thank you for everything that you put a smile on my face. Thank you, Jay. I can't wait to be at Universal Orlando. I was just talking about that yesterday. But dude, I love Universal Studios Hollywood. I can't wait to get into that conversation. But thank you, Jay, and thank you too, John Ramos. Let me see. I'm just reading through. Erwin says, I love my Magic Bands at Walt Disney World until I was able to use my watch instead. I found little use for them. Dude, I stopped using the Magic Band too, Danny. When I had the ability to put it on my iWatch, it just looks really terrible to have an iWatch and a Magic Band. And then you have all this like stuff taking your wrist, you know what I mean? It kind of gets to you. Especially in the heat over there. Let me see. Faithkeeper says Disneyland should have a Magic Key Appreciation Day, just like Universal Pass Holder Appreciation Day. I don't know if they even care to do that. I feel like the Magic Key Appreciation, everything kind of fell off the handles after they stopped doing the Star Trader stuff, right, Daddy? We haven't got nothing cool like that. I kind of wish they would keep using Star Trader to do Magic Key anything. Remember they made it a lounge for a little while? That was really nice. You go charge your cell phone. They even had a Mickey in there, and he Mickey and Minnie debuted in their Halloween outfits, and then they debuted in their Christmas outfits in there before to the public, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we get nothing like that no more. We go to your Magic Key Terrace and spend your money over there. William, Disney announced an SCA movie with Ryan Reynolds. Theme for Treehouse. P.S. Halloween Ends was trash. Okay, I didn't even care about the SCA news. I didn't read it, but I'm pretty sure Daddy did. Do you have any locales on what's happening with this SCA stuff? Is it even Disney? Let me ask that.
Yeah, it is. Ryan Reynolds isn't starring in it; he's directing it. So, and it's a series, I think, or I don't know if it's a series or a movie. I'm not quite sure, but it's for Disney Plus. Like I said, I feel like we went to the SEA panel at D23 Expo. I learned a lot about SEA. I didn't know too much about the history. I found out like where you can find the stuff hidden inside the attractions throughout the different parks across the world. Um, and so they're in the panel they did hint to the fact that SEA would make a big debut in the theme parks moving forward and with other things. So we're we're potentially going to see. I talked about how I thought that maybe Jungle Cruise would be the theme of the Treehouse, not necessarily Encanto, but SEA could be definitely something if any of these movies do really well or these series do really well.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Very interesting. I know SCA has a lot of fans, like super, like they got a following. SCA for sure has a following. But thank you, William. We also got CK Barry with the super chat. All I want to do is use my Magic Band to scan into the parks and rides, and it's ridiculous that previous version of Magic Band won't work. What if battery dies? Previous versions work at Walt Disney World. As far as I know, Magic Bands, even if they die, they'll still serve their purpose of what they're meant to do, right, Danny? Because you experienced that. Danny's already done the Magic Band stuff at Walt Disney World. How did it play out for you? How did it play out for you, Danny?
It did die. Like it doesn't last the whole day. So like it did die like throughout midday, but it is just like an NFC chip, right? Like an RFID chip or whatever inside of it, and then the battery runs the Bluetooth aspect of it, which is what interacts with the other things that are more interactive, like the waving of the statues and being nearby a Bluetooth reader in a show viewing section to have the interactivity of your lightning your band going off during the show. But you don't really need your battery to be charged in order to use like your pass and your lightning lanes at the readers. They just need to read your NFC tag in the actual band itself. So it's kind
Yeah.
of a different thing. You only need to have it charged up if you want to do the interactivity stuff. So if you want it to work for a nighttime show, you're probably going to have to take it off if you're using it during the day for a bounty hunter experience. You're probably going to have to take it off midday and charge it with the battery pack so that your Magic Band is charged up for the shows later on in the evening. Um, I don't know for sure, but to me, Mondo, I don't know about you, when I read the Magic Band announcement, it only looked like the first shows that would be interactive with the Magic Band were Believe in Holiday Magic and World of Color Season of Light. It didn't indicate to me that we were going to have a brief period where any of the shows before then, um, during this test phase, would be available in. But I mean, we're not that far off. November 4th is not too far away. So
Yeah, like I'm guessing it'll connect to Mickey's Mixed Magic. I feel like Mickey's Mixed Magic is the perfect point A to C. It's that middle B. We got to get to
yeah,
this to that. We'll put Mickey's Mixed
I
Magic there.
I actually did. I have one here, and I wore it actually yesterday to Disneyland just to see. Like I thought, oh, let me see if there's anything like if any of the readers are up, and like I could try to do it. It actually got activated a couple times when I was walking around Disneyland, the same way that it would get activated when you stand by one of the statues at Walt Disney World that make it go off. Because like you feel it vibrate and like tap your wrist, and then you look at it and it's lit up, and then that indicates that you're within a range of your wristband activating something. So that's like a hint to you, like when you're walking, like That happened to me at Disney World a few times when I was walking by. I wasn't paying attention sometimes, and I would be walking by one of the statues, and then your wrist would tap you, and it would light up, and you'd look around, and you're like, oh, I'm standing right next to the Figment statue. I didn't know. And so then if you get closer to it and kind of wave your arm at it, then it would activate, and you would hear the music moment or whatever. But that happened to me a couple of times when I was wearing it at Disneyland. I don't know why, but
Maybe it'll work with the partner statue, right there at the middle of the hub. Maybe it works.
I don't know. We'll have to see. There's, like I said, there's so many possibilities of what they can do with it. So that's why, like, if you're buying into it now, you're kind of buying that like early tech with like the promise of something else happening, and maybe it's not quite there yet. So, do you want to be an early adopter or not? You don't
Yeah,
have to be.
I'll buy the Magic Band, and I'm not I'm not gonna make a video of like, yes, we finally got Magic Bands at Disneyland. I think it's more of like, what does it do right now? It'll just be like an informational video. I think that's the route I'll go with.
One thing I would like though is it'd be cool if they had a Magic Band only line to get into the park.
So
So
it's
they
just
can just like
bloop, walk in.
bloop, 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 like everyone, like, so people aren't waiting to like look, because sometimes like I've been the one that's guilty, like for whatever reason in that moment my pass won't load, like all sometimes the Disneyland app gets funky and you go to your tickets and passes and it's like you're signed out all of a sudden out of nowhere, and
Dude,
you didn't do anything, and then you try to sign in and it's like
you know
loading
who?
forever.
Look at this, Danny. You know who just did it? This guy. Look at this. Chris, is it? That's very accurate. I saw Chris do that. It's like for some reason when you open your app at the entrance stalls, you're just signed out.
Every time. This is like the main reason why I would want it right here. It's
And
like
then
so I can just go whoop right in.
in reality, it's not a big deal. But when it happens hundreds of times over the day, it gets rough for just the process of getting in. We got DA with the super chat. On Magic Bands, I hear what Danny is saying about this, but you can't mobile order meals, merch, etc. with Magic Bands. You still need your phone to mobile order. Yeah, I think the emphasis of phones and the future of Disney, they are connected, and it's almost impossible to break that connection. I think their first real connection was like mobile order, the Disney Parks app. Now they're adding that you could do mobile checkout at some of the stores. So they want you to be dependent on your phone. They want that. Like Disney wants you connected to your phone. Disney Genie Plus, bringing up your lightning lanes, setting up your lightning lanes. It's like as much as you didn't want to think you need your phone no matter what. If you're going to have a really full day of Disney and make the most out of it, so like mobile order, lightning lanes, know the schedule, you need a phone. It's like necessity. But thank you, DA. I hope things get easier though with Magic Bands. I hope the convenience definitely comes. We got Jessica with the super chat. Let's fire up them. I haven't even said that. Let's hit that like button, everybody. Thank you, Jessica. Fire punch.
Yeah, and Jessica sent me a Venmo super chat too with 5 fires on it. So thank you.
Yeah. Let's go. We got a good one. Rick G says Oogie Boogie Bash first or second. For me, it doesn't even matter which one you do. Do it over there by Silly Symphony Swings or Goofy Sky School. Watch it over there because it takes forever for that thing to get to the Hyperion. So you'll be the first one to watch the parade and it finish, and you could go on with your Oogie Boogie Bash. It saves you so much time. But thank you, every DA and Jessica, for the super chats. Laura says Disney is slick in making sure Magic Bands are available for sale after Magic Key 30% off sale that just ended Friday, 10/14. They are giving us a discount though, right? It's like $10 off.
Yeah, so There's only one version. So there's a Magic Key version of the Magic Band, which I don't know if you have a chance to pull it up, Mondo, on the
Yeah, I'll
Disney
bring it up.
Parks blog. But it's like blue and it says Magic Key on it. And that particular Magic Band, just that specific one, is going to have a $10 discount in addition to whatever Magic Key holder discount you have as well. So you get like a double stackable discount on that one. And then all the other Magic Band prints are going to be just your normal Magic Key discount, whatever you get. So if you want that extra discount, then you got to buy the specific Magic Key holder one.
I see what you're saying. Let me see. Man, it just always, it doesn't let me bring it up. I gotta use Safari. So weird.
Every time, like, you can't do it. I don't get it.
Dude, I can't, on my Google Chrome, it just does not let me. Disney Parks blog.
It won't let you bring it up. I don't get it.
Let me see. Almost there. Hold on. See more stories. Dang, it doesn't want to load. See more stories. Magic bands.
I sent it to you, Mondo, on text.
Okay. Let me see. Let me bring it up. Stand by. There we go. Got it. All right. It opened. Let's go to it. Here we go. All right. Do they have a picture? Is that
right
it
there.
right there?
That's it right there. That's the one that's $10 off in addition to your discount.
Wow. That's pretty nice. It looks nice to me, dude. The happiest place on earth. So it reminds you every time you look at that wrist, this is the happiest place on earth, Danny. From what I remember reading on this, the Magic Band Plus is only going to be available like in 5 iterations, right? Like there won't be a big catalog of Magic Band Plus just yet.
I think they're gonna have like a few different versions. Plus, they'll have all the colors, right? They're just the plain colored ones, which are cheaper. So if you're okay with just having like white or a yellow, pink, like, and you don't care about having which it'll still have Mickey on it, but it's not gonna have like whatever kind of design. Like I have the 50th one. It's got like Disney World on it and stuff like that, and it's got the partner statue. That one, those ones cost more than just like the plain colored ones. So I think we're gonna have all the colors.
He said that he saw VIP tour guests using Magic Bands already. I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it. So, out of all the stuff that's been happening with lightning lanes and whatever the case might be, VIP guests, they don't go in through exits. They wait lightning lane lines. So when you do VIP, sometimes some of these lightning lanes have like switchbacks where you have to kind of wait in the long line. I don't want to say that tour guide or VIPs tours have gone down in value, but with these higher wait times and higher lightning lane times, like, I don't know how many rides or how tours are going these days. I'm curious to ask, like, people that have done tours, like, has it been worth it? Tours, I think now that we're in a busier time, range from like 4,500 and up. Like they get kind of expensive of how expensive tours are at Disneyland.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would imagine like they're doing less rides too on tours. Faithkeeper has a super chat. Mondo, check out Knott's VIP service. Also, Rocket is being replaced 2023. What is Rocket? I don't know what that means.
Johnny Rockets, probably.
Oh, Johnny Rockets? Hey, make it character dining. So you don't even got to get fancy. You just make it character dining. I didn't even know Knott's had a VIP service. I know they have front of the line, which is very expensive. But wow. I'll look into that, Faithkeeper. That's news to me. I wouldn't doubt Johnny Rockets being replaced. But I do want to say, as much as I've never gone to Johnny Rockets since the reopening, it's always packed. People love Johnny Rockets. They love getting a burger, fries, and shakes. People just love it. They like Johnny Rockets. I'm kind of surprised that's leaving. But I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Let me see. All right. Okay. I feel like I've kind of got everything out that I wanted to talk about Disneyland. Anything you wanted to talk about Disneyland, Danny?
No, I wanted to talk about Magic Band, which was coming up. Obviously, we know too. Um, the Christmas season starts on November 4th, so not that far off after Magic Band's debut. So we'll be looking forward to seeing what the interactivity with the show looks like at Christmas time for Believe in Holiday Magic, stuff like that. So it'll be different, you know. Seeing, I'm hoping that they go off like during the snow moment, so they're kind of like lights with snow. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of fun. So we'll have to see. I'm excited to see like what that brings us.
Yeah. I'm excited. Christmas is on the horizon. I know we're in the heart of Halloween, but Christmas decorations already have gone up at DCA over there by Redwood Creek Challenge Trail. I wouldn't doubt Christmas decorations. Snow on the Castle starts coming this week, coming up at Disneyland. It's very exciting. Matterhorn has now reopened at Disneyland, so that's taking up more line, freeing up other lines. So that's always a good thing. I'm very excited to go on to this next season of Disney. I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have Christmas everywhere. It's going to be really nice, and I'm excited to see the change that happens. I feel like for all the foods and treats that came for Halloween time, it was good, but I feel like Christmas they're going to go a lot harder. There's going to be a lot of change, hopefully, food wise and treats for Disneyland. And California Adventure having Festival of Holidays, they just go hard in general with all the booths. Live entertainment's coming back, Danny, which is exciting with Fat Cat Swingers and whatever else they're going to do over there at World of Color. That's going to be a lot of fun. And at the Plaza de Familia, they've been doing a great job with live entertainment over there. So I'm excited. I feel like for the foods at Halloween time, as much as I really wanted to cover a lot of it, I just didn't care. I really didn't care. Christmas, I have a lot of
You always like Festival of Holidays,
yeah,
Mondo.
Festival of Holidays is fire. I just enjoy it. It's so much fun. But I have a high expectations for Christmas. Usually Disneyland Resort they blow away your expectations at Christmas time.
I know that Mondo like last year was talking about how like Festival Holiday should be like a paid ticket event. You like they have all that great entertainment like with the Fat Cat Swingers and the other people performing every night on the stage, and then they've got the people performing over by Paradise Garden Grill, and then all the food that they offer. You were like every time it hits fires, like you were doing lives all the
Dude,
time for Festival.
if I don't want to give Disney ideas, but if they just made DCA during Christmas an after dark event with lower crowds, people would buy it, dude. There's a lot of Christmas going on with the Festival of Holidays and the foods and the entertainment, and then the Viva Navidad. Jeez Louise, like that's amazing already in itself. World of Colors Christmas. They just do a really good. Disneyland Resort does a great job for Christmas.
Oh, and I forgot to mention real quick. I said the wrong date by accident. I said November 4th. I meant November 11th. Sorry, 11th.
Oh, for the beginning.
Yeah, no, for the beginning of Christmas. I was confusing it with past year. It's November 11th. November 11th.
We got K Disney. What about the sizes for Magic Band? Also, what did you think of Halloween Ends? So I saw the Magic Bands on some kids, and they look ginormous on little kids. I don't know if Walt Disney World makes smaller Magic Bands, but I don't remember seeing kids like, that's a big ass Magic Band on that kid. As far as I know, they're just one size fits all. It has little dots, so the bigger or smaller your wrist, you could adjust. Halloween Ends, I was not a fan. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not a movie reviewer, but I'm just not a fan. I watched it twice and it didn't help. So that's where I'm at with that.
It didn't help. It didn't help.
It didn't help me, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it. I just didn't like it, K Disney. But it is nice. It's ends. Halloween Ends, right? For Disney, We talked about the crowds. We talked about the magic bands, lightning lane situation, whatever the case might be. The only one that we didn't talk about is the price increase. But for me, it ain't nothing new. It happens every year. The only thing I could say about price increase, I hope it brings more magic. And what I mean by that is just better experiences for the guest. I saw Disneyland recently. I don't have a picture, but they brought like backdrops to characters in Small World because those characters are going to be there for quite a while, right, Danny? Toontown ain't coming anytime soon. And just because Mickey and Minnie's opens doesn't necessarily mean Mickey and Minnie could do meet and greets in Toontown. That's not the case at all. So they created new backdrops that are really pretty. They're really nice over there at the steps of Small World area. So I really feel like that was a good touch. It just more magic. It adds. It's a nice photo instead of just getting a monorail line and trees behind you. I'm shocked Disney thought of that one, Daddy, because they were like, man, those pictures are not coming out good over there.
Yeah, that was and it matches the area it's in, right? No, it looks good. I agree. I think it's a great little addition that they did. Um, in the time being while it's closed, to give people a better backdrop if you want to see the characters in their classic costumes, right? Because you're going to see the characters in their festive costumes on Main Street. So and then that'll transition to their 100 costumes after the holidays. So.
Yeah.
Uh, if you want to see them in their classic Mickey, classic Minnie, like the Small World area is going to be your spot until Mickey and Minnie's house reopens again.
Yeah. For Disneyland, I think that's it. I before we move on, let me ask the chat. Do you guys want to talk about anything? Any comments? Any questions when it comes down to Disneyland? Because I want to move on to Universal Studios Hollywood. Uh, to be honest, like the topic of Disneyland, it's been kind of tough to talk about positives. As much as I want to really bring positives, I feel like the negatives, which are high wait times, lightning lanes, ticket increases, not much entertainment. It kind of overweighs positives. I don't know. Like I guess the positives is we're getting Magic Keys or Magic Band Plus. I don't know if we're getting fireworks every day. I don't know. I don't know if during this month of October are we getting fireworks every day. I really miss Fantasmic being Monday through Sunday, dude. Uh, I could have a bad day, but at least I can watch Fantasmic, right? That kind of like softens the blow of your 80-minute waits. I will say one thing I'm noticing: Disneyland's really revving up the merchandise right now. They're gearing up big time. We saw Christmas drop at World of Disney. Some Christmas items have also arrived on Main Street at some of the stores. So I wouldn't doubt that the full plethora of Christmas just drops next week as well. So stay tuned for that. Life celebration, yeah, Life Day's coming soon too, but they actually celebrated some of that stuff. Maybe we get more of celebration of Life Day in Galaxy's Edge. We'll see. Scar's hairline, man, I don't even want to talk. Dude, Disney Plus is just like, it's tough, man. It's just dividing a lot of crowds. It's like some people really love it, some people really hate it, and then there's just like, it's crazy. Uh, Marie Dell says, yes, Mondo, hard to be positive for Disneyland. Yeah, it is a positive that they're open to midnight. I can't complain about that. That is really good thing. I just kind of wish the shows more. Like, I really feel like Hyperion, the heart of that is missing. Junior Dance Party, are they just going to roll with that same iteration forever? I don't know what's going on with that. When it comes down to live entertainment, I really wish live bands would come back to Tomorrowland. I wish more entertainment would come to that Hollywood Lounge corner, I wish more stuff would also come to Launch Bay. Launch Bay has just been dead. Tale of a Lion King, I think, is still running. I have no idea. But
It is, yeah.
Mickey's Magical Map, I really feel like that was like a good show, and it hasn't really been replaced with like a show with characters like the princesses and whatever the case might be. I know Tale of a Lion King has a heart of Lion King, but like I hope we get something after Tale of the Lion King, because I'm guessing, I don't know, is that going to run through Christmas? I have no idea. But if whatever comes after, I hope it involves a lot of characters. Something similar to whatever we had for Mickey's Magical Map. I just hope we get more entertainment. That's all I want.
So,
Let's
if
see
you're
what.
all done with Disneyland now, Mondo, as we talk about, let's talk about Knott's Berry Farm with Merry Farm coming up here, and also the new Fiesta Village on the horizon. What's your speculation on Montezuma's Revenge? Because we don't really know a lot yet on kind of what's going on there.
Yeah, hold on. It's because I asked everybody to put questions real quick for Disney. We'll get to that one.
Okay.
Melissa says, Mondo Danny joining speculation Sunday while at Universal. Nice. Hope you have a wonderful trip out there. Let me see. Laura says, the negative on Disneyland is draining. We need more magic for sure. Why the hell is the Hyperion Theater still closed? I couldn't even tell you, dude. I couldn't even tell you. I'm shocked. I'm still blown away that they just didn't keep rolling out that Frozen show. Frozen is like one of their most important IPs ever. Frozen meet and greet is coming back to Animation Academy very soon, from what I keep hearing. So stay tuned for that. But I'm shocked too, Josh. Let me see. Is that it? All right, that is it. That is it for Disney. All right, we're moving on from Disneyland. Hopefully things turn around and there's just a lot more stuff to talk about other than like long wait times or whatever the case might be. But that's the current situation. That's where we're in right now with Disneyland. And hopefully things get better. I'm just going to throw it out there. And I know it'll never happen. But I think this is just an idea. If Disney did lightning lanes every other hour, I feel like it would free up standby tremendously. So it would probably make your lightning lanes less valuable, but it would make the overall experience a lot better at Disneyland. So like lightning lanes work at 8 and then they won't work until like an hour, like they won't work again until 10 essentially. So from 8 to 9 is lightning lane, 9 to 10 is just standby. So standby moves quicker. And then it would, you know what I mean? It would just work. I think it would work. I would try it out. Like, I think if Disneyland tried that out for like a week just to see how it would go, it'd be very interesting. I think it would create a better experience. And then I think Disneyland, since they're losing money, Lightning Lane would probably have to be like $45. And then I think though overall the standby would be quicker, and then Lightning Lanes would those purchases ain't going down. So I don't know. I think it'd be a fun food for thought. All right, we're moving on. Enough Disneyland. Let's get that out of here. Knott's Berry Farm. I just know that there's a lot of construction walls going up over there in Fiesta Village. We know that a new ride vehicle, a new look and branding is coming for Montezuma's Revenge. Have you heard anything on your end, Danny?
Yeah, well, I mean, Knott's Berry Farm released some information, but the thing is that it's like it's detailed, but it's also vague. So, basically, what we see is that new updates will allow guests to be completely surprised by the direction the train will take at the start of each ride. So, the randomized launch sequence will make it impossible for anyone to know which direction the ride's going to go. So, you're going to either launch backwards or you're going to launch forward. And but they also give like verbiage talking about how you're gonna try to go through the fortress where the Montezuma's Gold is at, and like I'm just like, where is all this fitting? Like, is this ride gonna look the same? And if you can launch backwards and forwards, like, is it still the same type of ride? I mean, in the artwork that we see that Notch showed us, it still has that like station with a little bit of flat and then kind of like going up backwards. So it seems like it's going to keep most of the same layout, at least in that direction. But how do you start launching backwards, like without launch? Like I don't know. It's gonna be weird.
I'm excited for it. I don't know. I don't know much either because it's kind of vague on what they're going to do with Montezuma's Revenge. Like how it's all going to play out. Is it going to just be a loop like that again? In just the sequence of going back or forward? I don't know, Daddy. I don't know. I do know that they took out the loop. That doesn't exist anymore right now. I'll keep a close eye on the renovation that's going on there. I am very excited for Fiesta Village and the future possibilities for Fiesta Village and Knott's. The thing I'm excited for, I feel like they're gonna really emphasize entertainment at Fiesta Village, and the other big thing too, there's possibilities with Ghost Town Alive. Can Ghost Town Alive stretch out to Fiesta Village? That's going to be very interesting next year too. And also, does Fiesta Village, does it get incorporated into Not Scary Farm next year, which is the big celebration, the 50th? So Fiesta Village has a lot of excitement coming to Knott's. So we could only wait. We have to wait. And the other big thing for Knott's is their hotel renovation. I can't wait to hear more about that and see how things play out. All right. I want to move into Universal Studios Hollywood. Let's do it. Universal Studios Hollywood. I when I think of Universal Studios Hollywood, I just get happy, and I can't help but think like the future is brighter than ever before. Uh, just we have Super Nintendo World coming. That's for sure happening in early 2023. From what I keep hearing is that like they're already gearing up for staffing and whatever the case might be. So they're already getting in that mode to be prepared for the opening. What I think is really interesting, Danny, and this is what I've heard, these are just rumors, that Universal is kind of looking at the playing field and being like, I don't think we're ready for this demand. How do you feel about that? Because Universal's not big. So
not.
are we going to start saying, Universal, you got 100-minute waits everywhere? What's going to happen? That could happen because demand's going to be nuts. So I don't know what's going to happen with the playing field of Universal. Super Nintendo World is going to bring crowds like you wouldn't believe. So a lot of things are going to change early 2023 whenever that finally opens. But it's very exciting. It is very exciting. What are your thoughts on just demand increasing with Universal, Danny?
Yeah, I wanted to cover real quick before we go on to that. Lynette Marie asked Mondo, which buffet should they choose at Knott's Berry Farm, Spurs or Mrs. Knott's?
Oh, very good question, Lynette. Without a doubt, Mrs. Knott. For me, I think it's the better experience. And just the fact that you're doing a buffet, you already won Not Scary Farm. Congratulations, because buffet is worth every dollar. I don't know if Rudio's still in the chat, but I know he had a buffet plan. I don't know if he did it already, but buffet is worth the experience. I think it's worth doing a buffet than front of the line, in my opinion. You get food, early entry, another ceremony. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, but as far as your question, Mondo, high demand at Universal, I don't know. Like, I think they know that they have to expand and change somewhat, and I think some of the changes that are coming down the pike, I feel like they're trying to do to address some of these things. They've got a big ride at Nintendo World for the Mario Kart attraction, which it will take a lot of people in the queue and away from the public spaces in Universal. And I feel like some of the changes are maybe coming to the lower lot as well too, and hopefully like bringing up some more like better, newer attractions potentially down there, or like we talked about last Speculation Sunday, moving the load and unload for the studio tour down to the lower lot, and freeing up the tram area right there for something else that could potentially come. We've got the LA Olympics coming in 2028, so we're just a few years, just over 4 years away, or excuse me, 4 years just over 5 years away. Excuse me. So like,
I think price increases are coming. That's going to be the big one.
And another cool thing too is like I think there's been speculation that the restaurant that's coming to the Super Nintendo World is going to be very similar to the one that's already existing in Japan. I don't know if they're going to have as much space as that one, but it's going to be a similar concept to where you buy your food at a register and you wait for it to be called, like kind of like how you do at Three Broomsticks, and then you take it to your table, and it's going to be a high themed environment, high themed dining experience. So, a very similar thing being offered in Super Nintendo World. So that's going to be a draw in and of itself, right there. People are going to want to dine at that location. It was that way when Jurassic Cafe opened. It was that way when Three Broomsticks opened. It had a huge queue. So I'm imagining the Toadstool Cafe or whatever it's going to be called is going to have a similar demand as well too. So they're going to have to weigh all this. I don't know necessarily how they're going to limit people going into Super Nintendo World because they're going to have to do it somehow.
Yeah, there's no way that's just an open floodgate of let people in and out. No way. No, it's not big enough. It's not big enough.
Yeah, maybe they do. Maybe they do a virtual queue not only for the Mario attraction, but also for the cafe as well too. And maybe you get like a time slot to go to the cafe. So that could be a thing too. So you can go into the land whether you're riding the ride or whether you're shopping and dining. Because I feel like there's some people that maybe won't be able to experience the attraction because they feel like it might make them motion sick or something. So they want to be able to go in and see the land too. They want to meet the characters. They want to dine. They want to shop. So there's got to be a way for some people to get into the land other than just going on the ride.
Yeah,
So,
and one thing too, getting into the land, I think is going to be a priority for Universal more than anything because of the power bands. They want to sell power bands. So power bands is where you're going to be punching coin boxes and doing some interaction stuff throughout the land that'll like bring things to life. I'm guessing. I think their priority is going to be to get you in the land more than get you on the ride. I think getting on the rides, like if either you're here at opening or you're not. They're I don't know how they're going to handle these crowds, but it's going to be very interesting. I have a feeling the upper lot's going to be left kind of empty because everyone's just going to be a head to the lower lot, go straight to Super Nintendo. It's going to be interesting how things change as time goes on at Universal. We got DA. Mondo, just a quick note to say on that Fine Fire t-shirt with Maleficent Dragon you were wearing on the video. That was epic. I want one. So I have to talk. That was Mark W's creation. So people are like, what is he talking about? I have another one. Ugh. He made two. I can't wait to wear this one. Look at that. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, Mark W. I don't know if we could sell something like that. I'm gonna work on these things called like press iron because I have a press iron and I want to take that file and see if we could do it at home, and maybe I create like a small batch or something. That's what I was thinking of doing. I don't want to just put that image like on a. I don't know. It's merch is always hard. It's always hard. But thank you, DA. I appreciate you. We got Christopher. High demand at Universal Studios. Will they dip into reservation system? That's what Danny was talking about. I think they will because there's no other way. I don't know if it'll be like reservation system to go to the park, but I think it will be boarding groups or whatever Universal decides to call them. Time slots, virtual queue. You know, there's other words for boarding groups, but I think they have to. I don't know how they're gonna deal with it. It's crazy. What's up, Diamond Boy? Let me see. I'm just.
we got a question here. We have a question here. Mondo says, "Hey, can you go over your hack for horror nights? Like buy a general ticket, then express after 11. I'm there next Friday, so looking to save as much money as possible and time."
My best, if you go with the general admission of Halloween Horror Nights right now, you're best starting off with the weekend as early entry. So it starts at 6. So you finish that. I'm guessing it'll be 20 to 40 minutes, however long it takes. But from that point, you go straight to Halloween. You don't even go to Killer Clowns or Legends Collide. You go straight to Halloween. And on the left side of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which is if you enter through Simpsons, that's open earlier than 7 o'clock at the main entrance of Harry Potter. So you're able to go straight to Halloween, straight to Scarecrow, and after you do those, go to La Llorona, and you're having a great day. Anything you get after that's just money. But if you could knock out Weekend, Scarecrow, Halloween, and La Llorona, like that's all you could ask for on general admission. Can you do all the rides? Probably, or can you do all the houses? Yes, but it gets really ugly quickly at Horror Nights. It's just sold out. I could have sworn I saw earlier today sold out again. And I just want to say, previous lives I was saying go on Thursdays. Thursdays are just as bad as any day. So now that we're in October, every day's bad. It's going to just be busy. But that's my best recommendation. And I told somebody to do that. I don't know if he's watching, but I told him to do that strategy when I was at City Walk. And he like messaged me and he was like, I'm glad I did that because I got so much done and then I was not able to do anything. Because that's how it just works. It plays out that way where by the time it hits like 10, 11, everything at Horror Nights is like 100 minutes. Like it's just crazy. We got Luke. Hey, Mondo Danny, what are your thoughts on permits for roller coaster rumored to come to Universal? My thoughts is, I hope, deep down inside, I hope it's Jurassic Park related, but a lot of people have obviously rumored that it's going to be Fast and Furious related. To me, either or is good. As long as a big ass roller coaster that has a lot of excitement comes, that's good enough for me. What are your thoughts, Danny?
Yeah, I mean, I know that there. To me, it seems weird that it would be Fast and Furious, but like I know the franchise is very very popular. I like the idea of having this kind of roller coaster though at Universal. They don't have an experience like this right now. They don't have a big ride like that available to guests visiting. I think the most thrilling attractions they have would be like the Forbidden Journey of Harry Potter and Jurassic World the ride. So you could argue Mummy's like a roller coaster, but to me it's like so short. I don't know. But
Like,
you could argue,
done.
yeah. So it's like I feel like those are probably the two most thrilling attractions. So adding something like this is exactly kind of what they need to really bring the thrills and continue to do so for people that want it. Those guests that come that want that because right now there's not a lot of that at Universal Studios Hollywood anyway. So
Yeah.
they need a Velocicoaster level.
I think Universal, I just want to throw this out there. I've been going there a lot more lately, and I've been having a lot of fun. They have characters out at all times, opening to midday, and then till like 4 o'clock ish. They have characters out all day, and their character meet and greets are amazing. They do a great job. They also have animal actors, special effects. Usually they have Waterworld, but that's in refurbishment. But the amount of entertainment to me, I feel like they're pretty high right now when they're fully going. It's going to be a little weird to lose special effects and animal actors if that is really the case with those permits. I hope Universal still follows it up somehow and creates more entertainment because when I think of Hollywood and Universal Studios Hollywood, I think of entertainment. So I think there's plans in place if this roller coaster rumor to come does happen. And I'm excited even more for the entertainment that's coming if it does happen. Like I said, Universal, if you are thinking about Universal, really consider a Platinum Pass. I don't know how the blockout dates are going to play out when Super Nintendo World comes soon, but I could imagine the Platinum Pass will be like the priority for Universal to kind of cater to. But it's going to be very exciting times come to Universal. It's going to be a Minion themed coaster. Hey, I'll take it. I don't care. I'll take a Minion themed coaster as long as it's fun and exhilarating. It'll be really cool. We got Brandon. He says, "Do you think Universal will announce closure for special effects stage and animals early in December and start demolition by the end of December to get ready for this Fast and Furious?" I don't know anything. That's that's what I'm going to take my stand. I don't know anything. Uh, I feel like Universal won't let us know, huh, Danny? Like it's just going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even gotten concept art for our version of Nintendo Land yet.
Yeah, where's the concept art? Universal for
They gave
Super
Japan.
Nintendo.
Yeah, they gave Japan theirs like a year early almost. So we don't even have concept art of what ours will look like. We don't even know the name of the cafe, the name of the store, what the Power Up Band experience looks like. We don't know anything. It's supposed to open the beginning of next year. So I'm hoping Universal will share more. Maybe their hands are tied because of Nintendo and what they want to do. So I don't know, but Universal's been very tight-lipped, and also they were extremely tight-lipped about Jurassic World. I mean, that was all rumor until the final day. You know what I mean? Like, even to having the Indominus Rex in there, like, it wasn't at Mondo like after the fact that it already opened that they actually announced something and said something about it, or
Yeah, like in reality, Jurassic World opened for like 2 months before they had an official like opening ceremony, right?
yeah.
Oh man. For Universal Studios Hollywood, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter will be transforming once again to Christmas time, which is going to be very exciting. I like that a lot. We're also going to have Grinchmas return. To me, I'm excited. I hope we get a lot of Who's, and I hope they go harder than they did last year. That's where I'll leave it.
I was just gonna say, Hector's actually there right now as we speak, and he put in the chat that it's basically already Christmas there in the illumination area.
Yeah, I think he tagged me on Instagram. Let me see if I could bring it up real quick. Man, Hector's going hard out there. Let me see. Of course, the one story I want to see is not loading. Hold on. Let me bring it up. Let me see. I could have sworn I think I reposted. It didn't go through. Okay. Yeah, Illuminations already got their Christmas over there at Secret Life of Pets. Also, too, for Christmas time, the characters, they get like Christmas outfits. So I'm very excited to see that come back. Christmas is always a lot of fun when at Universal Studios Hollywood. For me, it's the Wizarding World of Harry Potter that I like totally fall in love with during Christmas time. Let me see. All right, here we go. Got it. All right. Let me see. I just reposted it. It's weird it didn't go through on the first one. So that's what it looks like right now. Thank you, Timothy, for letting us know what it looks like at Disneyland. Here we go.
I made it here to Universal Studios Hollywood today, and look at this. It's Christmas over here.
Dang, you gotta cover all that, Mondo.
They went actually kind of hard, dude. That's a lot of decorations.
It's kind of funny right there. If you go back to that shot just right there. Before you play, it's kind of funny to see Horror Hotel and then Christmas
La Llorona next door, man. Hey, Christmas is starting. Yeah, that's a funny picture, huh? Horror Hotel and then Christmas.
Yeah.
Hey, when seasons collide right there. That's cool. That's actually kind of cool. We got Peter in the chat. What's up, Peter? That permit from earlier this month is for geotechnical study, which examines the soil and foundation and analyzes the potential effects of construction. So it's still early days. Yeah, I don't know when that could come, if it ever does come. But just the fact that like it's a possibility is very exciting. For me, I'm in Super Nintendo World mode, and I just can't wait. My biggest thing, I hope, and I've been striding and working, I hope I fit on that Super Nintendo World ride, because it's all unknown, dude, how tight that's going to be. We'll see how that plays out. Let me see. Uh, Grinchmas is thawing as we speak. Man, I can't wait. Can't wait. For Universal Studios, that's kind of it. There's not a lot news going on other than Horror Nights is still freaking amazing, and I want to go again. You haven't had a chance to go to Scary Farm yet, Danny?
I haven't. I was gonna go this weekend, but with the rain and everything, I decided not to go. And I was gonna like go to Disneyland, and then I was gonna leave early and go to Scary Farm. Um, and with the rain and the lightning, I ended up just staying a little bit longer at Disneyland and then just going home. So I'm gonna try to go to Scary Farm if I can one day next weekend, whether it's Friday, Saturday, not sure.
And to end our day, how did it go to be at Disney in the rain and a bunch of stuff closing? Was it manageable or it just got broken?
I mean, yesterday it got broken, but that was because of lightning. We had lightning, so in the rain, really the only things that I could think of that close are like the Mad Tea Party, just because it becomes like a slip hazard. Like the surface is really slick on that like Tea Party surface, so they have to shut the ride down when it's raining because it's a safety hazard climbing in and out of the teacups and stuff. And then a few other attractions close in the rain too, like. Sometimes you see Radiator Springs racers getting affected by the rain. They don't like if it's raining too hard. They don't really want that attraction going. Um, and then I was trying to think of one other. I think it's like the Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. They shut that down in the rain as well too.
Yeah.
Um, but for the most part, every ride can operate in the rain if you don't mind getting wet. All the roller coasters can operate. Matterhorn, Big Thunder, everything. So, but when lightning is happening, all bets are off because
Like,
they don't want guests
like we
being
don't
in
want
danger.
nothing in the open working.
Yeah, they don't want anything outside. Even like Winnie the Pooh, like the fact that it comes outside a little bit, lightning, close, it's done. So like, and there's trees all around it, so that's more of like a lightning rod kind of thing. So it just like it was really bad yesterday because when the lightning was happening, all the safety calls go out on the radio, and the cast members are instructed to shut down their ride, not only for their safety but for the guest safety. And so all these indoor attractions have to absorb the guests now, and that's when we were seeing those like 120 130-minute waits at Haunted Mansion Holiday, which meant Lightning Lane was like 60 minutes because all these attractions were closed. Like for instance, coming from Critter Country, Splash Mountain was closed because it goes outside, it's in the water, lightning, can't handle that. Winnie the Pooh closed, lightning. So there you go. That whole section of the park, nothing's open. So you go around, Haunted Mansion is open. Pirates of the Caribbean is open, but Big Thunder Mountain closed. Matterhorn closed. Like Fantasyland attractions, a lot of them, like the Carousel closed, Dumbo closed. Like everything was closing because of the lightning, and so that was really affecting everything. And it was really you could feel it in the pathways because there was no rides to absorb anyone, so they were just the paths were just packed and you could barely move. So that's where you're kind of feeling it the most. So Jungle Cruise was closed because it's outdoors. So a lot of things were closing yesterday because of the lightning. So rain's okay, but if there's lightning in the forecast, that's when it becomes an issue.
Yeah. The I feel like I hope weather stays good and the parks stay open, but or the parks stay open with lots of rides. But the one interesting thing, and I told Danny yesterday, Rise of the Resistance was open beyond 9 p.m. And Disney hasn't said nothing. I don't know if you. I want everybody in the chat today. Let me know if Rise stays open later, and we'll talk about it next week. But could Rise of the Resistance be a ride that just stays open to midnight? Do you think that's a possibility?
I think it'll eventually get there, right? I mean, that's the goal is being able to have everything open and available. I think they were doing it just based on the maintenance needs of the attraction and being able to make sure every guest who was in line could experience the attraction. Um, the ride still is can be a little unpredictable as far as like going up and down. So that's kind of a play into it as well too. So, but I hope eventually that's the goal, right? To get it to being able to stay open right up until the end, so they can.
Yeah, maybe they're getting better at maintenance and whatever needs Rise has. Maybe they're getting better at it. They're getting just better at maintenance for it. We got Brian with the super chat. Mondo Danny, any word on when Knott's is going to offer Thanksgiving reservations for turkey dinner? For your information, Halloween ends still sucks after 2 times. I said the same thing, Brian. The second watch didn't help, Doc.
Are you gonna try to do Thanksgiving dinner at Knott's, Mondo? Or are you gonna
I
try
would
to
love to. I would love to. They hit a home run with the buffet. I enjoyed their boysenberry. They had like a Mother's Day one, a Easter Day one. They anytime Knott's does these like themed lunch or dinners, it's always a great experience. So for them to do a Thanksgiving, I love that. One thing to talk about, since we haven't even talked about Thanksgiving really, I hope Knott's does where you could have your Thanksgiving dinner to take home. Remember they did that one year?
They did. They did.
That was,
I did
dude,
it.
not everybody could cook for freaking hours at end their turkey. So to have Knott's assist families with taking Thanksgiving home with them, that's really not, that's a great opportunity. I hope they do that. I really do. Danny, are you a turkey and ham type of guy, or what's on your plate during Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I love turkey, stuffing, gravy, potatoes. We got ham too, green beans, all that kind of stuff. So I just don't know like whether or not I like a fresh bread roll or a biscuit. I feel like it just depends.
Hey, for me, the battle is how much stuffing and cranberry sauce do I get? Because dude, I'm addicted. I only really eat stuffing once a year, kind of thing. So
I know I could just like have a plate of stuffing, really, stuffing and gravy.
Everybody in the chat, what is the one thing you look forward to when
Does your
Thanksgiving
family,
comes around?
Mondo? Does your family make it like the Mexican way with like the way that they make stuffing a little bit different?
Yeah,
Or do
no,
you
dude,
do
my uncle, he's done it every year. Yeah, it's, I guess you could say that way. It's good. It's freaking good.
Yeah, that's good when my family does it that way too. So it's
I'm curious
I
to
like
hear what the chat
classic. The
says.
classic way is good too, though.
Yeah, yeah. Big fan says, do you think Pixar Hotel will stay on budget and be done on time? Danny, did you have a chance to check out the hotels?
I did. I went yesterday, and I was editing a video last night and this morning. Um, it's man, it's quite an experience over there. Oof, let me tell you. There's no front entrance to the hotel anymore. None. You cannot.
What? How do you get in the hotel? Through the back?
Through the back. That's the only way.
Wow, that's weird.
So there's no way to drive your car through the front anymore. There's no way to walk through the front anymore. You literally enter the Paradise Pier Hotel. You know that signal light that you turn into the Grand Californian? So you turn the other way and go around the backside of Paradise Pier Hotel, and that's how you get in. And they're actually working on the giant air cooler for the hotel. So they have this like big archway set up, but the archway is just to carry all the cabling and stuff for this temporary cooler that's bearing all the burden while they're working on the hotel's cooler. But they've painted the parking structure already, and the cooler and everything else in the color of the hotel, so like that black and white. And then they've only painted the front in that one little section, but I don't know if it's because they have to like wait till reservations book out. Like I don't know the rules. Like, can they paint a section of the hotel with guests still staying in the rooms? Like, is that a possibility, or does those rooms have to be blocked? Like, so the hotel's going to stay open while they're doing all this. So is like, are guests staying in these rooms or not? Or are they blocked out and only like half the rooms? So I don't know. It's a weird experience, but right now there's no front desk. There's no bell services or gift shop. They've got a ballroom open.
So it's getting a little weird over there.
And they've got a ballroom open, and the ballroom has like, it's one big ballroom, and it has everything. It has a little gift shop in the corner. It has a little bell desk in the corner, and it has a little front desk in the other corner with like a seating area.
So
That's like
they're just managing the best they can out there right now.
it's just like all they can do. All
Dude,
they
I
can do.
totally forgot to talk about this, and I'm glad we brought it up. Let me show this real quick. Look at this, Danny.
If you will be leaving us here and returning later today, please hold on to your park ticket as you leave the station. You may reboard the monorail for a return trip to Tomorrowland up until 1/2 hour prior to Disneyland closing. Please remain.
Dude, the dirt field, little bit of movement starting to happen. I don't know what's coming here. We still don't know, really. It's exciting. This dirt field is very exciting. It's the future of downtown Disney. Could be maybe the future of Disney California Adventure. I don't know. Could another hotel come here? Maybe. I don't know what to think of this dirt field. What is your thoughts, Danny, when you see that, dude? And it's been looking like this for a long time now.
I mean, I'm happy to see movement because it was just dirt. Now we're seeing like actually stuff going on there. So it'll be nice to see kind of the layout, like as starts to build, like kind of how it is. Because we saw like the vague artwork that Disney shared with us, but like we can't really like picture kind of how big things are, like which direction they are. So I'm excited to see it take shape, so we can be like, oh, okay, this is gonna be like where the stage is, and this is gonna be where like the extra shops are, like how are they utilizing this space? That's what we kind of need to see, and we haven't gotten a picture of that just yet, but it seems like it's finally starting to work.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know what's to come here, but movement's happening, and I'm guessing probably early next year they're just going to really rev up whatever construction is happening here. But it's going to be cool to see all this come to life. We're going to see every step of the way. You just have to kind of get on the monorail to see it all.
Yeah, and then I just sent you, Mondo, a picture on your text.
Yeah.
Of what the Paradise Piers front desk looks like right now. That's their guest experience.
Oh, let me see. And real quick too, we got a super chat. Magical theme park adventures for push. Just he put blessings, brothers. Thank you, man. Dude, seriously, thank you, Magical Theme Park Adventures. Appreciate your kindness and support, and happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Let me see, Danny. Oh, you got it? Let me take a look. Here we go. All right, Danny. Hold on. Stand by. There we go. All right, so this is Paradise Pier, and there you go.
That's their front desk right now.
It's not that bad.
And if you go to the next one, that's the little gift shop, and then the bell desk in the other corner.
Oh, so you drop off your bags right here?
Yep.
Wow. Well, I must admit they're doing what they can with what they got. Is it still convenient to go to this? Like, it's easy access to get to this location?
It's literally right at the door as soon as you walk in. The only thing that this is an issue that and I talked about it in my video that's coming, but like if you're coming to Paradise Pier Hotel, like it's not really clear that this is happening, right? Like you understand there may be like a disclaimer there that there's construction, but it's not super clear as to what's going on. So when I was there filming a video, I noticed a lot of people still coming to the main entrance of the hotel off Disneyland Drive and being like, what the heck, where do I go? Because now it's all blocked off with a wall and cones, and you can't get in there. And so if you're inputting with your Lyft driver, with your Uber driver, with your airport shuttle, your taxi, Google Maps, whatever, it's going to take you to the main entrance of the hotel. That's just the way it is. Like, they're not going to know temporarily that it's not open right now. So it's very important that if you're going there, you're going to the right place, right? So you're not having to like circle around a million times and not knowing where to go. So that was a big deal. But more importantly, Mondo, what's the big thing that they touted for this hotel that happened not that long ago? They built a brand new entrance from the Grand Californian that's only for Paradise Pier hotel guests.
To go to California Adventure.
Exactly. And so the thing is, though, is now you have to walk out the backside of the hotel. So you're walking out at the parking structure of the hotel, and you're essentially coming out right there where the dirt field is for the downtown Disney's like security zone right there. That's essentially kind of where you're popping out. So now, if you want to use that special entrance from Paradise Pier hotel guests, you're gonna have to walk out the back of the hotel, walk all the way around to the front side, cross the street, and then you can use that new entrance. So it's really made that new entrance to California Adventure very inconvenient, like far away for Paradise Pier hotel guests. So that's another factor that if you're planning on staying there, keep in mind that's affecting your entrance. At this point, it's maybe just easier for you to just go straight instead of going to cross the street, because you can go straight, walk into downtown Disney, and you got both parks right there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So is it easier for you to just go that way, or is it easier for you to use this? I guess it depends on where you want to go. If you want to head into Pixar Pier, it's probably better for you to go that way, so you can just right into Pixar Pier. But it does affect a lot of things. Like there's no valet drive, you know what I mean? Like they've just got a little lane to pull in and out of and drop off your stuff, and like a little room. And also, it was heavily affecting elevators, because the Paradise Pier Hotel only has those two elevators banks right there, and then they used to have that third one that faces the front that goes up and down like on the outside, but that's off limits right now. That's closed because it's under construction. So you only have those two elevators. So they actually have cast members permanently stationed there now, because there's a wall there that blocks off the old front desk, and they're actually like helping the guests get on the elevators. But like I heard some guests saying that the wait times were like 15 minutes to get downstairs from their floor. So I think at that point I would probably just take the stairs if I could. So those are all things to keep in mind for if you're staying at the Paradise Pier Hotel. Just like no, right now there's no restaurants, there's no front desk, there's no like main front desk. It's like all different. So if you're staying there, it's heavily impacted by construction, and they may not necessarily make that known on any website that you're doing your bookings from. So maybe if that's not a good thing to you, maybe you choose like the Grand Californian or the Disneyland Hotel, which is also under construction, but nothing that really affects any of like the facilities at the hotel.
Yeah. I'm trying to find, this is what pathway do you take to get to the DCA entrance? So if you're in Paradise Pier Hotel, do you have to come out where I'm standing right now? Like, I wonder how, it must be a little weird because you have to go through the back to then go forward to the DCA entrance, right?
Yeah, exactly. You have to go around the whole hotel is what I was saying.
Yeah. So I think that's interesting to hear, man. The other thing, Danny, I wanted to talk about before we get out of here, we have some construction. Look at this. This TVC hotel, this is like they're freaking pedal to the metal here, dude. It's coming along beautifully. This is only Disney Vacation Club. I don't know how that's going to play out when it comes down to the future. If like pass holders or I don't. I guess DVC would be the only ones to stay there unless you buy points from them. It's interesting to see that hotel come to life, Danny. They're going hard, dude.
Yeah, they are. The villas at the Disneyland Hotel are taking shape really fast. They want this open, right? They want guests staying in it because that's Disney Vacation Club members. They want to sell that. So this portion of the hotel that you're showing here is like the bump out in the back, because the tower is actually shaped like the letter T. You know, most people think it looks just like a rectangle, but this tower is actually T-shaped. So we're seeing that bump out right here for the letter T, and then on each side it goes outward. So the right side of it, closest to the Frontier Tower, that section is actually going to be where the private pool is located for the tower. So basically right there.
Yeah.
So
this hotel's massive, dude. It's crazy.
It needs to be. It needs to be, because they've only got 70 villas, just over 70 villas at the Grand Californian. That's not enough. Only 70 rooms for all of Disneyland Resort for Vacation Club.
Yeah. Okay, so we all know Disney's kind of like trying to lump things in. I wonder how they lump in DVC to like D23, Magic Key, this Disney membership thing, maybe that comes in the future. This is going to be a big push, right? Like, hey, if you become a DVC member, you get Disney Plus, and you also get D23, and you get discounted rates at Disneyland tickets. I don't know. Oh man, it's kind of crazy as like a Disneyland fan because when I look at this hotel, all I see is somewhere where I can't stay. There's no benefit to me, like as a regular guest. I'm not a DVC member. I'm guessing as a magic or as a guest, I'm guessing I could probably book the restaurants, right? I don't know how DVC hotels work. Am I allowed to book restaurants reservations at this thing?
Well, there's not going to be any restaurants there.
What?
So yeah, no.
What? Are you serious?
I'm serious. Yeah, there.
So this is just hotel and a pool.
Yeah. We talked to the hotel. Like, remember when the Disneyland Hotel first opened back in July of was it 2021?
Yeah.
They like reopened and they had the rooms that were renovated and stuff like that. We talked to the hotel staff and they told us that the new tower had no plans to include any sort of restaurant at all. And at this point, they weren't even sure if they were going to be getting like a separate kind of pool bar, but they were hoping for something like that. But there's no plans for that. I mean, they still have a whole unused restaurant where Steakhouse 70 or Steakhouse 55 used to be. They've probably got a reimagining in the works for Goofy's Kitchen, I'm sure, in the future as well. So there's plenty of restaurant space at Disneyland Hotel. They don't really need to utilize this, but if you think about like the Grand Floridian, like that lobby doesn't have a restaurant either.
Yeah, because I don't know how DVC hotels play out in Florida, but like how you're saying, so the Floridian does it?
Yeah, the Grand Floridian, they don't have they have like a fountain in the lobby and like spaces to sit down, but there's no restaurant in it. But there's restaurants like obviously in the main part of the hotel. Bay Lake Tower, it doesn't have anything in the lobby other than a small front desk. They do have a rooftop bar at Bay Lake Tower, but that's because they're right next to Magic Kingdom.
Look at this point from Peter, Danny. When I look at that DVC tower is 3,000 park reservations daily that will no longer be allotted to Magic Keys. Dang. Dude, I think the concept of Magic Keys is just dwindling as time goes on. You best believe these DVC hotel rooms will be packed every day forever. Especially with this new parade. Magic Happens coming, new fireworks, new everything. Toontown. Oh my God. There's no demand shortage at all.
Can you click the link, Mondo, I just sent you? This is what Disneyland lists on their page if you click the little red link when you're booking Paradise Pier Hotel.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. All right, here.
So if you scroll down a little bit to where it says latest updates, it tells you what's closed. So it actually does list the check-in process moving to like the ballroom and stuff. But like if I'm booking the hotel, like I have to click this link. Like it's not like right on the front page, or I don't know if they mail it to you when you're checking in. Like
or like an email comes to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there it is. Latest updates. Hotel amenities include the direct entrance for hotel guests into California Adventure will continue to remain open. Guests will also have access to dining and recreation at Disneyland Resort hotels, which is very nice. So you could go to the Grand Hotel too and do stuff. That's cool. I didn't know you get that. That's actually nice. So you could stay at Paradise Pier, but hit the hotel at the Grand. Parts of the sidewalk along Disneyland Drive and Hotel Northside may be closed. Signage on the street corners will provide wayfinding instructions. Starting September 26th, the check-in process will move to Pacific Ballroom. Guests will be required to enter via the hotel's rear entrance. That's what Danny's been talking about. Mickey in Paradise merchandise has been relocated to the ballroom, and ATM is still available. Dude, Danny, I'm glad you brought all this up because I had no idea that changes went down that hard at Paradise Pier Hotel, dude. That is kind of shocking. I just and then the one thing they didn't list really and make it clear: don't park at the front. Like that ain't happening. Go to
And
the back.
you know what's crazy? I just looked for the week of November 1st through November 3rd, and 0 rooms available.
Yeah.
So it's sold out.
When you're DVC, do you have your own? Are you still in the same ballpark for reservations, or do you get priority?
What do you mean? Do you get priority?
For like at Walt Disney World, like, do you still make a reservation with your daily ticket, or can you almost be priority because you're DVC? You're like, hey, I have the 10th to the 15th booked. I need tickets to go to the park. Even though it's like sold out reservations, can they help you? Or I don't know. I don't know how DVC plays out, but I would imagine you're more priority because you're giving Disney monthly money.
I mean, I don't know how it works here when you're booking reservations here, but at Disney World, if you have a hotel stay, just in general,
yeah,
you have priority and like a separate allotment of reservations to book for the theme park. So like,
oh, so you do, okay,
yeah. So even if the theme parks are booked, but you have a hotel stay during that time, you have a different pool of reservations than just like the regular annual pass / ticket reservations.
So, like Peter was saying earlier, 3,000 reservations, goodbye on the daily.
On the daily.
That's a conversation for next week. That's very interesting. I didn't even think about that, but damn. Oh, man. All right. Closing thoughts, Danny. Let's finish it out, dog.
I don't know. I feel like I'm excited to see like kind of what pans out at Knott's Berry Farm specifically. Like I feel like we're kind of sleeping on it right now because we haven't been going to Scary Farm as much. But like with Merry Farm coming up, I know Mondo loves Merry Farm.
I will be there a lot. I love Merry Farm.
And
I love
the food, the entertainment is just like next level. Like the amount of entertainment they offer, Merry Christmas Snoopy and all that stuff, it's
gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But
Iron
I'm
Soul
excited to see.
says, real quick, Danny. Iron Soul says DVC used to come with an AP at Walt Disney World. Is that true?
I don't ever remember that. I know we got a discount to buy it. Like you would get a heavily discounted annual pass, like pretty discounted.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, Merry Farm's gonna be fire, dude.
By the way, Mondo, I'm looking at January 9th at Paradise Pier Hotel. They did actually lower the prices. So they got, for a standard view room, it's $336 and $395 for a premium view.
So wait, how much was the cheaper one?
$336.
Oh, that's as much as I want to say that's not that bad. I'm only saying that because I'm used to hearing like 500 and stuff.
Yeah.
So a standard, dude. Let's do this real quick before we get out of here because this is all very interesting. I want to stay at the Paradise Pier Hotel on opening day, January 27th. I want to stay to the 29th. So a nice little staycation.
Check in on the 26th, Mondo. Check in on the
26th. Okay, 26. So 26th to the 28th. Let's find out. We got $355, dude. Hey, that's not that bad for the 100 celebration. Okay, not bad. I'll take that, dude. Not bad. Yeah, I won't go any further because it always gets ridiculous. But that's not bad. I wonder how much if I want to do Disneyland Hotel. This is very interesting. $464. Does it seem like prices are higher right now more than in January then? Wow. Maybe Disneyland hasn't got to updating these prices just yet. Let me change real quick. That's dude. My first opinion is that's not that bad. What about if I go from like a 15th of December to the 18th?
Not available.
545. So yeah, so way more expensive right now. I'm shocked there's even rooms available right now, to be honest. Do I have to select it to truly find out? Oh yeah, it's available. So what is it? No ticket. I don't want tickets. So the 15th to the 18th is going to cost me a quick $1,900 to go in December. All right. Hey, that's crazy. Dude, I'm blown away. There's rooms available right now. I'm shocked by that, Danny. Wow, that's crazy. Maybe things are slowing down a little bit. I don't know. But I could tell you right now in this current time period, rooms are all sold out everywhere. The demand's pretty high. All right, my closing thoughts. I am excited for where all these theme parks are headed. I think with crowds being such a shock, I'm kind of getting just used to it's 60-minute monsters. Okay, another Monday for me. I'm more excited to hopefully get entertainment, new foods, the new merch. Christmas is on the horizon, so I'm very excited to where things are going. But thank you, everybody. Appreciate your guys' time and joining us on Speculation Sunday. I'm very excited to do this Magic Band video. I'm gonna definitely just bring in information. I'm not as hyped. I don't know if other people are hyped, but I'm just not hyped. But I'm definitely gonna bring the information to anybody that would like. So stay tuned for that. When are you gonna post your video, Danny, on these updates that are coming?
I did the hotel updates I did yesterday. It'll go up tomorrow.
Heck yeah! And your podcast, any that's coming tomorrow or Tuesday?
Yeah, podcast is always on Monday in the morning. So like by the time people wake up, it's already there. So.
Heck yeah! Awesome! Thank you, Kimberly Moore. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate your guys' time for joining us on this early Speculation Sunday. Big thank you to Danny. Another amazing episode today, my friend. Do not forget to smash that like button on the way out. And thank you for supporting the fire. We are firing it down. The Cali back. And just as Danny are calling it a day, I'm the main host, Mondo.